Guys, I have had an idea for a very long time now, and I have even tried it to a certain point with small groups of people, small time, and it's working so hard, it's so empowering. All of the people included in the action of it. And it's really nice. It's very different from the standard ideas. On the other hand, I think most of us have actually, at least subconsciously, thought about something like that. I mean, subconsciously, it wouldn't be exactly thinking, but it's like all those things that are hidden there, that are buried deep inside our consciousnesses, our minds, are actually parts of us. And I think most of us have actually thought about something like that. Most of the people that are close to me, not so different in the understanding of this world, uh, at least those people have surely thought about something like that. And there are many, many options to try and do something similar. Let's say I think most of the most successful people of this world have actually gone through that process and went in a similar way. And if I have to be precise, it's something like Zion from the Matrix. It's something that will get us um, relatively small but actually large group of people out of the system. And that's what most people are actually trying to do. But let's firstly, before anything else, say that there's only one way to do that. And it's not in a very, very small group of people. It will need something of at least, I would say, the very least 30 people, but that's the critical minimum of splendid, skillful, 30 like smart um, to the very core and extremely adaptive people can eventually achieve that. But 30 is a very small number still. I would say if uh, we're shooting for the best chances, the optimal chances, and I just made some research. I just observed, made some analysis over some data on my own, and from that I can show you sometime. It's a hard process because if I have to shoot the whole process, it's so much searching, so much analysis. Then it's kind of hard. I'm sometimes multitasking and making some of the facts on my own, so they can be a little bit far from extremely accurate, but still I think they do. And now, if you ask me what are our chances, our best chances, I would say nowadays it's very easy to earn money from like free sources, free sites. Actually, that need people to outsource some of the tasks, etc., etc. It's a bit like freelancing, but you can do that from anywhere. You just need account and everything goes the right way. Some of those job offers are kinda like less paid than expected. Some of them are even fake, not real. But we have actually observed progress with some of them. So I have calculated one person, and those offers are changing in time, so we have to be, the small society have to be very adaptive, so we have to test, but it won't be so hard to do that, to test things, well, constantly, in order for us to know which is going well at the very period, that time period. And let's say our best chances of doing that. Because, for example, I'll give that example because it's important. Andrew Tate tried to do something like that, but he and his like group of very like high level pimps, or I don't know what exactly his people of the highest grade he has given his personal club of what was it, the work club or something like that. um, they're very dynamic people. I mean, they are living for the like those benefits of life, those things that are, for example, for many women, for fast cars and very expensive cars, very expensive yachts, or and stuff like that. And if you ask me, oh, that's an option, but I will do that on a very later stage of this process. Even for him, if I was in his shoes, actually, I would do things differently. And I'm not actually being a hater or making critique on him. He has done very well, actually. He is one of the neos, like he is saying, he's like the more likely Morpheus. So if he actually perceives himself like Morpheus, most probably he is, in a way. And yeah, I guess the best of his people are like Neos. But if I have to be precise, I am seeing some things that can be um, made better, or at least improved, innovated, but I would go a little bit different way. First of all, I wouldn't go for the that kind of, well, entertainment that's actually um, well, getting you happy for a very short period of time. So it's like going fast, but it's never consistent. It's not constant, and most of the stuff he is actually providing to the masses, to the big group, to the big society, is small time experiences. I mean, it's not consistent. You have to actually, and that the words I'll use now are actually kind of dangerous, but you have to, and I know a person that have made that, and it's very strange, but you also know him, Joey Badass. He made a community that's more like what I actually would say is the best option. That is stable, consistent, and actually built more like an army. And yeah, I know that's a dangerous idea, but it's more like in Fight Club, but real time. Because if you are going after the pleasures of life, it wouldn't be exactly a Fight Club, you know. It's like something extremely else. And yeah, we are talking about the Matrix. The Matrix is not the same scenario, the same kind of well, theory, if you want to, philosophy as Fight Club, but I also don't like the whole idea of Fight Club. I don't think we need to destroy the economy system as we know it, but it has been happening for a while now, so it is actually changing. it's not destroyed, but it is changing vastly. So we have to adapt, and at some point, people will understand they can't actually grow. They can't proceed through that wall that has been built between them and the elites. It has been always like that, some will say, but nowadays you can at least become multimillionaire from the big multi-millionaires, like from you can make maybe nowadays 9 figures in a lifetime, and many people can have the opportunity. Theoretically, many people can go there. Let's say most probably most of the people can reach 7 figures, and that's a true fact. It's not that hard, even with savings, which is not a very good option, but even with savings it's possible. Some people have already achieved it, and I'm getting to the point where I have calculated from I have some examples, so I have collected data from real cases, and we have tried it with like several people already. You can make like $20,000 at the beginning, from like, and you we will need a period of time of many people investing some of that capital into a shared bank account or something like that for the calls. Some, I mean, like half would be perfect, like a fourth of it will be still splendid, and it can happen in a very so if we actually teach people, because for example Andrew Tate's Academy is not teaching people how to actually earn like 20k each and every month, and I know some ways. Like I said, that there are many factors that have to be well positioned right, that have to be played well, that have to be exactly played as possible. It has to be. It's a perfect script. It wouldn't be so easy to accomplish that, to actually manifest that in reality, but it's possible, and we have had months that actually I've tried doing that small time, like I said, and it worked. We haven't invested much in a shared fund or something like that still, and there are reasons for that. Some of my people we are working with don't really think that, well, let's say I think if we start investing in a fund before, there are some rules and boundaries. We may actually start fighting each other, cause everyone can go in that direction where he is caring more for himself and his family, and that 5k can actually be crucial, or at least they can afford something a little bit more for themselves, and that's why we haven't started that officially, but we have even tried it. And let's say, for example, if you are 30 people, that's 5k, and it's one fourth of what you are earning, and we have already told you how to do that. You are earning at least 20k dollars each and every month, and you are giving away like a fourth of them, which is $5,000, and there are 30 people giving each and every month $5,000 for the cause. That means 150k each and every month. we'll need a year or two in order for us to build a very, very high quality building, which will provide even more value, even more capital, and then we can actually start with several businesses. And I would strongly recommend we go at that point, and actually, well, it may sound wrong, but it actually is the right choice. Starting to well provide uh, an ideology of a certain kind that is similar to the teaching or whatsoever you call that kind of society. How more people can do that and be a little bit less dependent on the system, because if they are provided with that stability, if they are actually able to maintain that kind of lifestyle, they'll be rich in no time. First of all, um, already those, for example, 30 people will be rich enough. I mean, every one of us will have at least like a million or a couple of millions at this point, only after 2 years of like consistently doing simple steps, simple and almost risk-free. I mean, they're practically risk-free, but as I said, we have to adapt. We have to be working together. And if something goes, for example, off the table, we will have to find something that will take its place, and that testing has to be made on an instant speed, which is far from impossible if we're 30 people dedicated to the cause. But even if one thing stops being legit at this point and stops providing, we'll still be we'll still be earning at least, like, I don't know, 18,000 each and every month, and we have already some income to this point, so it will still be around at least 20k, because who is most of the people, I wouldn't actually um, expect to for people that are earning less than 2k monthly to have the, well, to be wanting actually to join that kind of society, because you need some stability to even try to risk it, because yeah, something can go sideways. So you have some income most probably, so it will still be around there. And even if you're earning like 17 18k, you still can give away like 5 of them for the cause. If we go to like 3, it still will be um, possible. It may take a little bit longer, but at some point it will happen. It doesn't even matter if it happens for example 2 or 3 years. It doesn't even matter if the people are 30 or 20. It still will be possible in no time, and without some great depth in the beginning. And when actually that's part of the plan, not having a very big um, well, enormous debt, because nowadays the bank system is changing, and the debt is even a little bit well, worse offer that it was, because it was a good offer and it still is, but it's going a little bit souther. So yeah, I'm not sure. It's making you dependent, too dependent sometimes. And the idea of those societies, like Zion type of societies, Zion from the Matrix, That kind of societies are actually built in order for the people in the society to be independent from the system, and having a very big debt is actually keeping you very much in the system. And yeah, it's a little bit. I'm raised in Bulgaria. Here, people are at least were trying to have the least debt they can, and I know that that's not in all of the cases. It's not actually the best choice. It's far from it. Having some that even building a credit score, for example, I am now. My companies are building a little bit credit score, but um, still I don't feel very stable when I have a big debt. And maybe maybe I have to change myself, but that's another question. We can do it without a very big debt at the beginning, at that first year, till we are stable and we know that whatever happens, we will still proceed and it can't actually make us fall. And we can build a really, um, well, let's say, good infrastructure, a very developed community in no time, in like a decade or less than that. We can build a very, and I think most of the society, most of the elites have done that, but I don't know why they're keeping people from doing the same, because it's extremely hard nowadays. Actually, I was giving the example of Andrew Tate, because he is trying to do that, and he is trying to do that on an international scale, and that's admirable. His teachings are kind of strange, and they're extreme, and that kind of polygamy and that kind of well monarchy. It's not really monarchistic, but patriarchal to the well, to that kind of extreme um, type of the word that is actually like kind of disgusting. I mean, the man can be as sheikh as I don't know, even pharaohs didn't have that much well, freedom in that kind of manner, and it's not so some kind of equality is actually needed, and we have fought for that for so many years, and now to just ignore that, right? Equality means literally equality, 50-50. Men are equal to women, and it might not be extremely true. Women are better at some things, men are better at other things, but I don't think women are good at only raising children. Actually, they can be good fighters even, but that's not their best. I mean, they can be a very good mathematicians, they can be a very good scientists, at everything men can be, but of course, men have some, well, let's say, um, better chances at getting to the top of some of the, uh, well, niches in this world, some of the spheres of and women in others. So yeah, it's about equality, and that's maybe the worst of that ideology. But on the other hand, the man is right about so many things. That's the only thing he's like. I think he actually that's kind of a marketing strategy, because many young men will follow that exact idea, and maybe it will give those young people the best chances to get ladies, to get married, or maybe at least to have a good sexual life. And thereafter that many young men are after that, because the whole red pill ideology is feeding on young men not being able to get any kind of attention from women, which is actually sad, and I don't know how it happened, but most probably it's because the society nowadays it's so internet based that people have many young people have lost the opportunity to communicate with other live people often, and they're only doing that um, literally on the net and on the net and like they they're missing the real time contact. So um, it's not the same if you meet someone in Tinder and if you meet him or her uh, in person from the first time, from the first day, from the first meeting. You can feel so much more of the person if you meet in person and face to face, eyes to eyes. Um, and it's different. I think that that's one of the main causes, main reasons for that problem to occur and to be so dramatically large in scale. But that's not what I was talking about. Still, Andrew Tate's well trying to do things better and succeeding to a certain point, I would say, even as ideology, even as some kind of well, let's say hope for the youngsters, for many other people also. Um, Even that kind of thing is actually good enough because people like that are needed, and there have to be different kinds of people. I have seen many people that are nearly copying him one to one. Well, I mean, they are copying him exactly on 100% the same ideology, but with different words and a little bit, just some twist, but a very similar way. The same propaganda, cause that's propaganda. It's not even an ideology. It's like more of a chauvinist. It is really chauvinist propaganda. It's really against the rights of women, which is very strange. But I understand why is that happening, because we had the other thing going for like several years already. Men were stripped out of their rights, and women, that there was a matriarchal um, status of some societies, some whole societies, and it made many men actually very weak. And if I have to be precise, a woman can be as weak as one man can be. I mean, there are weak women, of course, but women have something that's keeping them at least at a certain point of consciousness that doesn't actually give them to fall even further, and the man can it's an endless bottom. He can't even reach the end of that hole. It's literally the man can fall endlessly. I have seen men continue falling after 10 years of consistent fall. They have been broken for like 10 years, and they were at an average to a good place in life, and then they started falling and falling. They and most of the women I know that have fallen a bit, at certain point they can't afford to fall more, and they're doing everything um, they can at this point to at least stabilize at a certain point and to stop falling further. And so, yeah, it's in a matriarchal society, many men could get to the point that they're literally acting as pets. I mean, in the worst kind of that term, and they're literally like totally personless. They don't have personality. That they don't have their own ideas. They're just following what uh, a, a woman says, what their wife or something, or some powerful uh, woman in their life says. And I know that's kind of a reaction, that kind of ideologies are a reaction to that kind of stuff, and it was kind of expected reaction, because men, on the other hand, are very much more like aggressive. They um, when their rights are stepped on, some men will actually rise and become warriors, like more um, Mars-like, because Venus and Mars. The Venus way is a little bit more adaptive, more like mind controlling, mind that kind of smart, trickstery profile, and the the it's more defensive, and the Mars type is more aggressive, and that's that kind of male aggression we're seeing in those ideologies. But anyway, actually there are women that have made similar things than uh, similar to Andrew Tate, but in a different way, in a different direction, but still try to free mostly young people that still have chances to be freed, because the youngsters are a very much better target, because they're still not that kind of well, let's say, set in stone in that kind of system thinking, that kind of massive. Um, it's also like an ideology norm that is putting them in the very worst possible position, where they are actually not having any opportunity to raise and get back on their feet, and they're living paycheck to paycheck, and um, you know how that continues. So I don't have to spam it, but yeah, actually, I think, let's return to my idea. If more people, even if I don't succeed in that, if you have the opportunity, try doing that with some people you trust, and don't 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 just try to. Some people are not doing that because they can't trust the other person to 100%. You don't need to trust those people on 100%. You need to trust them um, just enough in order for yourself to feel comfortable to share the knowledge. Because if you share that knowledge, if you know how to make, like, easily how to make, like, which is actually just needs the right action. It's extremely easy. I mean, you need something like 110 or even 105 IQ to be able to do that easily. There's uh, no there are simply that most of the processes are simplified, and you have to just create several accounts and use some platforms, use some software, but it's not everything in that. Some bureaucracy, it's not the most fun there is, but you have to work like 5 hours, like 17 days. I have calculated that each and every month, 17 days, 5 hours a day. It's something like that, and you earn around 20K, which means you'll be earning like it's 240k dollars each and every year, which is actually better than most of the managers, even in large companies. It's a very good salary. It's and this is only for the first few months, because then you can easily invest in some. Well, there are so many ways to invest when you are earning like 20k, and the second year it will be at least $300,000. If you are smart enough, you will be earning like $300,000 the second year you start, and I can teach that like anyone, anyone. It's a simple strategy. There's nothing sophisticated about it. There's no sophistication in the method. You don't you need to just be able to use a computer and be kind good at that, and then you can literally um, proceed with that kind of uh, plan, and we can really do that in if we are for example, if 100 people are targeted, I don't expect more. Some people will just take that knowledge and go doing that for themselves and won't be wanting to give that 5k, for example, or 2 or 3, it doesn't matter. But so I think from 100 people you have actually taught how to make 20,000k, and they were making like 3 to 6k each and every month or something like that. There are people here that are earning even less than most of the people are actually earning more less than 3k dollars in each and every month. At least net profit it's worse than that for the most of the Bulgarians, but there are states that are in that position. Most of the Americans can't actually save much more than, like, I don't know, $200 at the end of the month, because they're living paycheck to paycheck. So it's not actually a rare occasion. Many people are earning less than, like, let's say less than 6k each and every month. You at least triple their salary and their income, actually, because it's not exactly a salary. There are several. First of all, that's a multiple multiple money stream. You're not doing only one thing. You're doing several things, and you know how to do those things very, very well, and you're becoming even better. There's some skilling. It's not the best thing to do for skilling, but it's easy. It pays well, and if you have that ideology, that idea, that clock standing and backing that up, like what I'm talking about, you actually, I don't know, if someone tells me that, I'm not sure I'll start that right away. I'm not earning so much less than that. I have tried that. I have earned a bit more than that, a bit less, but my average income is less than that, even at this point, because it needs dedication, and I'm not sure I want to start it alone. But if only several people are wanting to do that together and to get out of the system together, because I don't want to go out of the system alone. It's or only with my girlfriend, for example. It's not worth trying even. I mean, we can't survive easily out of the system alone. But if we are society, we can help each other, and we have to actually stop seeing toxic people from the system. I mean, we don't need to stop all of the communication with the old friends, but we'll be very much more careful of how we are actually communicating, because there is so much to be avoided. And yeah, that's the main idea. And if you think about that, I haven't shared that with no one in person, and I'm doing that for the first time in a video. But think about it. Even steal that idea, because if you're hearing that, if you're listening to that, um, I'll be glad if you steal that idea. And I may even tell you some of the ways to make like 20k. But maybe if you are stealing it, I won't tell you. But it's easy. I can tell you it's easy. You can literally Google it. It's most probably you won't succeed from the first, second, and third time because it's not so easy to. It's kind of easy to make like 100k. I mean, 100k per year. For example, 10,000 a month. But 20k is a little bit harder, but you most probably, if you try consistently with all of the ways from the Google search or from if you ask ChatGPT, especially the paid version because it's much more accurate, you most probably succeed from the third or fourth time, and you won't lose much money in the process. Maybe you won't lose any money because most of those jobs I'm referring to, most of those tasks I'm referring to, don't actually need any capital, and I'm actually focusing on all of those that are most of those jobs that are offering good money and are well paid on task don't require for you to start with money, like for example dropshipping. It's not like that. You don't need much money. Dropshipping doesn't require much money to start with, but it requires some. Affiliate marketing, for example, you can combine that with affiliate marketing. It's a bit slower, but it's very stable. It could be one of the tasks you are doing, little by little, growing your network and doing some affiliates. Some you have to show some account for donations and participate in some courses also, but that's a bonus. That's a plus. If you do that, it's an addition to that 20k. The 20k are made from simple tasks that you can actually do each and every day, several hours. It's there's no limit, but I wouldn't recommend you do that more than like 6 hours daily, cause you'll get tired and you'll stop doing it most probably. But if you combine tasks, different tasks, and there's some skilling included, cause in some of those jobs there's some it's tasks most. It's not exactly jobs, but let's say it's like a job. Anyway, from those tasks, there are some that include some skilling, which is actually good, and I prefer that kind of environment where you are able to skill while working and while earning, because it's not so much for work, it's actually earning. And yeah, you are doing something for it, but it's more of like it's not so much of a, it's not exactly work. I don't think um, it's not that kind of hard work that is making you sick. It's not. It's much easier, and uh, it's going so much more like it's almost like a game. Sometimes it is a game. It is some kind of game. It is game. There's some gamification in it, gamified, and yeah. So, but anyway, so if you combine those um, the right way, the rightest way as possible, the optimal way, you can earn at least 20k each and every month. You can start investing from the second or third month when you are withdraw when you withdraw some money, um, and they're already in your bank accounts, you can start investing, which will make you an additional, like, at least 10% to all of the money invested if you are smart enough. And that will mean, like I told you, the second year you may uh, actually start earning more than 300k annually, and that will only grow. But if you are participating in that kind of project with the society, which is actually one of the main reasons you are doing that, um, hopefully for me, and like the people that are actually thinking about that kind of requirement, in order for some people from each and every part of the society to actually advance to a better state, and to become as some of the, for example, one percenters, some of the people that are in power, and very fast those people that have reached, uh, I know some of those people that have reached to a certain point in life, have made like even 10 million. um, they are invited to the bigger circles, to the like big guys already there, becoming an elite of some sort, because they have proven they can do that. And it's much easier if you do that as a crew, as a society. And most of the people that have done that have either done that as a team, as a crew, and all of the members of that crew became of the one percenters, and that's maybe the easiest way, and that's one of the options. The other option actually is, uh, they started as a crew, and some of them actually decided to like do it, become who he or she wants to be, on the back of the others, of his friends, and bought their shares. And I don't know why people are selling shares at this point, when they are seeing the thing is growing, the network is growing, the net worth of it is growing, and actually everything is going fine, and they're just selling it for like several bucks, like, I don't know, even thousand, for example, even like $100,000, something like that. And there's, for example, uh, literally giving up 5% of something very big already. That is already $1 million business, and they're giving 5% of it for just 100k. And there are so many people doing that. It's just crazy, and most of those people never get their hands on that kind of opportunity ever again, because it's nearly impossible. So those are uh, the two options. One of them, or several of them, a few of them will actually do it on the back of the others, and they'll proceed, and they'll become top players, and the others will just sell at some point their shares for who knows what reason. And the other way is, most of the members, or all members, um, to achieve that kind of greatness, that kind of success, stability. It's generational stability. You really can't fall from that point very much. It will be very hard for you to fall. You have to actually make something very, very bad, make consistent bad decisions, in order for you to fall from that position, and you live a free life. You'll be a free man at this point. That's there's no question in that. And yeah, it sounds a little bit romantic because it's I have to prove it. If I prove it, everyone will say, "Oh, right," and yeah, it's like that. He has done it, but it's not so easy, because of course when I do it, it won't seem that easy, because all the way to that point, even to this point, I have walked a very, very long way, and I wouldn't say it would be easy, even if that happens in an instant, like this year we start and the next year we are already like tens of millions business. Even then, I wouldn't say it was easy. It might have been, for example, straightforward. It might have been like easy to be understood, easy to be processed, even, but it would never have been actually easy, because it's never easy. It can't be easy. It can be really easy. There are some complications, and that will surely happen to all of those people trying, but the complications will also happen to the people that are not trying, and they'll just be in a worse position. But yeah, whoever doesn't want to risk anything at any point, he doesn't have any chances of success at any point. I mean, it's impossible. If you don't try, you can't actually succeed. If you try, you can fail, but if you don't try, it's 100% chance of failure. You can't succeed. It's like so simple, but I don't know why so many people are still staying broken, because they don't want to understand that, they don't want to believe that, they want to believe the liars that are actually giving them, selling them that kind of hurtful truth that you have to suffer all your life and do that for literally nothing, and they're believing them because it's the easier choice. You don't have responsibility if you just believe in those lies, in those kind of machinations, because it's nothing more than a lie actually. If there's a very small percentage of chance, like 100 uh, of a percent, like one on for example 10,000, uh, you still, if you ask me, you still have that responsibility to try, because if you don't try, you surely lose. So better try one on 10,000% of possibility than not trying at all. But actually, it's proven that you, if you try and have some skill, you have from 1 to 5% at least, and that's only uh, the first time you try. Each and every uh, other will have an additional percentage, and it's like, I don't know, around 40 60 40 to 60% from the third try you actually are dedicating yourself to that cause, and it will grow to even like 70 to 80% later if you just don't give up. But it's hard, I understand. Most of the people, many people, most of the people won't have the opportunity, they don't have the willpower, and they will be like, life will actually hit them so hard that they wouldn't want to stand back. It's that way. It's the simple, unpleasant, and sad truth, but that's true. Most people can't do it, and I have seen that. I have observed that. That's empirical. We know that for sure. It's like some people don't have it in them. It's not that I'm telling you you should give up. No, the other way around. If you can, you really have to. I'm telling you to try, even if you don't have power in you, if you don't actually like feel the power in yourself, if you don't feel you can stand, if you still have to stand. It's that it's simple for me to say that, but many people don't have that kind of spirit, and I have seen that it's happening to some people that they have already lost that kind of themselves, that part that is that well very small um, part of divinity, of willpower, of pure willpower in them. They have lost it, and they can't. It can't be found. It's over for them. They're already gone, and they don't really have the chance to stand and continue growing, continue trying to proceed through that ice to actually go through that wall in order for them to actually live happy and 3 days under the blue sky, as free and happy as they could be, because it's never on 100%. There are always backfire, there are always downfalls, etc., etc. It's never on 100%. If you succeed in something, you most probably at the very same time are failing at other thing. But still, if you are at least financially stable, uh, you are at least financially stable with problems, and if you don't have capital, if you don't have money, you're poor and broken, and you still have problems. but you're feeling those problems more because don't have you also don't have the money, you don't have the stability you need. So it's not much more complicated than that. If you think it through, if you meditate on that, if you ask some people in in different stages, if they're wise people, they will tell you it's mostly like that. I mean, if you even ask gurus, maybe most of the gurus will tell you it's similar to what I am saying. Actually, I deem myself as kind of a guru, and I have some knowledge in different topics, and some experience that would make me a kind of guru. And I don't hate this word because many of the top players are saying that they hate this word. I don't hate it. It's a good word. Maybe many people are actually gurus in something, and there's nothing bad about that. I don't want to sell that at the first moment, but yeah, I deem I have some wisdom and knowledge, experience. I know um, I I know how to actually um, perceive some of the knowledge, how to learn faster, how to proceed faster, how to meditate, so I can regenerate faster. I know many so to say life hacks, and I'm practicing them on a daily level. So I think, yeah, people can actually take something from that experience. I can share so many things that can be helpful, and I'm trying to do so years on years already. And sometimes I succeed in dance, sometimes I fail, sometimes it's something that is somewhere between. But, well, you know, if I post that video, cause I will be wondering, um, most probably for a few days at least. But if I post this video, you can always like, subscribe, and hit the bell. But I'm still telling you I'm uploading videos every day. If you wanna know when exactly something has um, come to the stage already. It's uploaded. It's already like on air. You can also hit the bell. All that will be appreciated. You know, I'm doing all that for free, and I'm giving precious knowledge for free because, like I said, better someone do it, even if I don't, than no one doing it. Better to be the second opinion than for some people to not have the opportunity of second opinion, because I know that everyone has access to the biggest players in the world. Everyone knows them by names, by the name, and actually that's cool stuff. But some of you guys, for example, like sometimes I feel that way, need someone that is closer to them, that is still not that rich, still not that certain in the success, still not that financially stable, for example, that he can retire any moment now. And also sometimes I'll say not that kind of greed is not the right word, the right word, but it's like it's not someone who is. I'm actually hustling, but it's not. I'm not so bloodthirsty. I'm thirsty, but I'm not bloodthirsty. I wouldn't kill. Um, I wouldn't do it on the back of others. That's the only thing that differs me from some of the people on the top. I wouldn't actually literally drink blood of innocent people just to get to the top. It's kind of a dirty work. I don't wanna uh, get that blood on my hands. It's not who I am. I wouldn't feel happy if I did it that way. And by the way, most of your idols, most probably, I mean, at least some of them have done it, and you don't even know about it, or maybe you're questioning it, but you don't want to believe it. But believe me, many of the people at the top, sometimes it's required. I mean, it's not a cool thing to say, and I wouldn't want it to be like that, but it's sometimes required, at least in some situations. I don't mean for everything and everyone, but for some simple details, sometimes, or sophisticated details, it doesn't matter. Sometimes the people know that they're kind of actually drinking the blood of the innocent while doing some of the things they're doing in order for them to be one percenters, to be um, at the top of this world. And I wouldn't want to do that. And it's better if I stay like I'm stable. I'm kind of stable at least. And I'll stay like that. And I have already told that many times, but I'll tell it once more. Uh, I'll say I would even live in a forest in a small house I built myself. Um, I wouldn't stay in the like normal society to the end of my life. That's the only thing I wouldn't do. I most probably, if I don't have that kind of opportunity to build some kind of a better house, small mansion, I don't need anything. For some of you, that might, in your minds, that might even be a small house. My mansion could be like it's a small mansion with, for example, swimming pool, a small swimming pool. I don't, something like that. It's like so simple. I would do that, but if I can't do that, it would be just a simple house, and even now I can afford that. So most probably several years ahead that has happened because nothing can stop me. I don't want, the only thing I don't want to do is living in the normal society, like among people that are actually. I'm happy with the place I'm in now, but it's a rental, so I don't know how much we would that. I'm already here like for 8 years, I think. So it, we're doing fine here. It's a happy life, kinda. It could be better, but it's very good. But it could have an end, and most probably it will. And I'm not sure if I wanna actually move into a different. I've got some real estate, but that they're small apartments mostly, so I can't live in them, and I most probably wouldn't want to. One of them will become a studio very soon. Um, I hope very soon, but if we work on it, it's up to us, so most probably it will. Um, it was on, we were giving it uh, actually to a friend rental once more, but um, it's like it will become a studio. It will become at least an office at the beginning, and later it will be a studio. It doesn't matter. What I was trying to sell is trying to tell is if something happens, I can sell one of the apartments and build or just buy a small house somewhere, and then we can upgrade it's not so much of a problem, but that would that I would do that um, much more rather than um, well, literally uh, getting to the top but blooding my hands with and by that, of course, that's a metaphor. I mean, I don't wanna lie to the people. I don't wanna that's the bloody the blood on my hands is like the money of the innocent people that have given so much hard work to earn them. And some people are saying, yeah, but everyone is responsible for his or her actions in life, and for uh, all of that choices they make. And that's true, but I still don't wanna mess with the people's lives, because I know some people will be hurt. I don't wanna hurt people needlessly, and I won't do that. I rather I'd rather live more simpler life. I can still preach my thoughts. I can still write my books. I can still educate some people. Well, still actually teach my teachings, and yeah, still got my people around me. I don't need much more than I already have to do what I think I'm meant to do, what is needed for me to feel successful, to feel in my shape, to feel that I'm myself. But the thing is that as a society, as a crew, as um, well, people bounded by an idea, we can go so much higher and easily in life, so much better everything can become in like literally months, like literally weeks from now. It could be much better if we start working as a team, like friends, relatives, people that are dedicated to do that, people that we can trust to a certain point. And it can start, it has started for me, but it can start for you from that point. You have to, it's not easy in the beginning. If you try to convince someone in that kind, I would actually think, I used to think that actually most of the people are up for that idea. Well, you can actually imagine, most probably in nowadays society, how wrong I was. There's no point in me being wrong here. I don't understand why people are so against trying that. Even trying that small time, no investment, and they don't want to do that. And they don't. So I think that that's some kind of a glitch, some kind of a bug that actually by somehow imprinted in them by the system, by all those norms, all those teachings that are taught to them in school and from their parents, that you don't want to actually gather with other people because it's dangerous. I don't know. I'm not sure how that works. I always, from a very young kid, I thought I was thinking like that, and actually my parents didn't taught me that. They were like, uh, at this point, like they respected friends and friendship, but they were also kind of capsulated in our family. It wasn't, they weren't so social, but averagely maybe. But I wasn't told that. I saw it. I observed it. I literally collected data. It was so everywhere. I, I, I was seeing that the people gathering and doing projects together that are actually going better, raising in life, scaling and ascending, and those other people that are just working and nothing changes for them, or nothing changes except for the worse. And yeah, like it wasn't on 100%. I have seen people gather and fail. That's very few examples. I know of people that are raising together, but they start fighting each other at some point. That's I have seen more of those cases, and yeah, that happens from time to time. It's understandable why it's happening. It's like normal, but even after that, you can rearrange the things and make new contacts. Well, a little bit change the formation of the crew. It's once again like the army. You're not in the one and the same squad. It's rarely you're in one and the same squad all your life. You're changing positions. You're changing. So many things are changing. Always. It's like life. It's vastly changing. Always, and it has to be like that. You have to be adaptive. And yeah, so, but rarely I have seen people that have succeeded big time alone. Nearly no one. I can't actually think of even one person that has succeeded big time literally alone. At least there are a few people standing backing him up. That has happened. I have seen some cases like that. Some people started together, one of them proceeded, others became, for example, employees or managers, it doesn't matter, leading positions, or but they became employed the conservative way. And for example, he or she became like something else, something like influencer or There are so many options, businessman, and but they were backing him up even then for several years after that started, and maybe they got some percentage of the profit or something like that. They had some arrangement before that, and the person rarely actually um, well messed it up. He was most of the people were good to his friends, cause fair at least, cause they remember their past and where they came from. And most of the people that succeeded big time, uh, I mean, I think everyone had started with some people, and they started kind of like together, at least most of the cases, literally, really together as a team. And like like I told you already, things may change a little bit, formation may change, environment may change, many things can change, but actually the team remained, the crew remained. After many years, there still was uh, a splendid, a very well um, working together team, like, you know, in all kinds of that term. And yeah, that's my experience. I have some expertise and much observation, and I can tell you, first of all, logically, you can just try to imagine of ways for you going alone for the stars, shooting for the stars alone, and your chances they're like close to zero. And try to thinking about that chance, but in a crew with some people that are also skillful, that have skills that are different most probably than yours. So you, in a combination, you're uh, getting even better percentage of chance of success. And yeah, which way is better? There's only one answer, and you know it. Going together with the crew, with the people you trust, and it's that bond you want to do. You want to actually make a stronger bond with those people. You don't want that bond to be broken. You want that dependence. In that particular case, that's one of the few cases where you need that dependence. You need to be dependent, independent from the society, from the normal society, from the system, but dependent from the other people in your society, because that's how life works. That's the best option, because if that happens, you are dedicated to the idea, you're addicted to the idea, and it's a cool thing. It's a good thing, actually. That's maybe the only option of addiction being a plus, being a positive. And yeah, of course, it became a little bit longer than expected this vid. I will stop right now. And I already thought a little bit about it. I most probably will be sharing it, because it can help many people, and I don't see why would I postpone and delay uploading it, and it will happen very soon, most probably. Thank you very much, guys. Once again, if you liked, you know what to do. Subscribe, and also you can hit the bell button. See ya later, guys. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoy. Hope you become something great, or if you are already there, maintain that. Thank you once more and see ya.